Peace, family. We are back. Today we are reading from the book of wisdom. And we're reading from the book of Proverbs, man. One of my favorite books in the Bible. It's filled with wisdom, filled with the lessons of King Solomon, one of the wisest men of all time. Man, and we're just going to jump right into it. Today we're reading from chapter 6, verses 9 to 11. So a short piece of chapter 6 in the book of Proverbs, right? It says, "How long will you lie down, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man." And let me not forget, y'all know the coffee is black. Let me read that again. "How long will you lie down, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. And poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man." Man, there's so much to pull from these three verses, right? Now, obviously the first thing that sticks out to me is it's talking about laziness, right? It says, to me, this means that laziness and a lack of action always will lead to a life of poverty and scarcity. Laziness and a lack of action will always lead to a life of poverty and scarcity. Right? Because when it says, "How long will you lie down, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep?" I think this means physically, right? Like, how long are you actually going to lay down and not get up? But also figuratively, in the sense, like, how long are you going to stay satisfied with your current situation? How much longer are you just going to accept your current circumstances? How much longer are you going to sit in the reality of your current situation without making a change? When will you get up from your sleep? Physically, right? Because we can speak to the people that are oversleeping every day, that end up laying in bed for an extended period of time, right? And are actually physically lazy, right? But there's a lot of people, there's a whole other group of people that are mentally lazy as well. Right? Now, somebody may be waking up, going to their job, working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Right? But internally, they know that they're comfortable. They know that they're satisfied. Right? And in a sense, it is like they're asleep. Because it is very easy to fall asleep while being awake. What does that mean, MJ? It means that it is very easy to get caught in the day-to-day programming of everyday life. And like, you're awake in life, but subconsciously you're asleep because you're just running the same program over and over that leads to the same results. So when it says, "When will you get up from your sleep?" what this also means to me is, when will you wake up and see the reality of your current situation and realize that you're worth so much more? That you're not living up to your fullest potential. That you're not taking the necessary action that is required. When will you wake up? It says, "A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands." And the picture that popped into my mind when it said a little folding of the hands, right? Like somebody that just, folds their hands represents to me somebody that is satisfied, somebody that is comfortable. Right? Because we only fold our hands when we're satisfied, when we're comfortable. A little folding of the hands, a little slumber, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. The crazy thing is, when you think about it, sometimes you don't even see a thief, right? A thief could be so crafty that you don't even see it happen, right? Let's say like a pickpocketer. Like a pickpocketer, they're so good, they're so professional that you don't even know your wallet is gone until you go to the restaurant and you try to pay for your food. It's like, oh, where's my wallet? And that's how poverty and scarcity can come at us. When we get comfortable, when we get lazy, it could come at us like a thief where we may not even know. You just wake up one day and you're like, what happened? How did I get here? How did I get in this situation? How did I get all of this debt? How can I not afford my bills? Man, how can I not go on the trip with my friends? How can I not start the business? All of these different things. And then it says, in scarcity like an armed man. That's such good imagery. Because with the armed man, you see it. Like you see it coming, right? And, with somebody that's an armed man, it's like robbery. Right? And for scarcity to come upon your life like an armed man is such powerful imagery. Now, what is the message in all of this? The message is beware of laziness. Beware of comfortability. Beware of staying the same. Because if you go down that path, and the crazy thing about going down that path is that it becomes a habit. It then becomes a habit. It becomes a part of who you are. It becomes a part of your identity. And then from there, it even becomes harder to reprogram yourself and reprogram your identity. From the lazy version of yourself, the complacent version of yourself, the comfortable version of yourself. It becomes more difficult. So we have to have the awareness to be able to self-check ourselves. And this is why reflection is so important. This is why journaling is so important. And this is why spending time with yourself and with God and having those conversations with God is so important, because you can be aware to prevent this from happening, from going down that path that will lead to scarcity and that will lead to poverty. It is written right here in the good book. So beware of being a sluggard. Beware of being lazy. Beware of oversleeping. Beware of complacency. Beware of comfortability. Because it is written that that path only leads to scarcity and it only leads to poverty. And I'm sure we all have different examples in our life that we could point to of people that we know that may be lazy, that may be comfortable, that may be complacent, and their current situation or the situations that have occurred in their life due to that laziness, due to being a sluggard, we can always pull from different examples. The universe is undefeated. Just how success leaves clues, laziness leaves clues. I hope this message added value to you. This is what this channel is about. It's about knowledge. It's about wisdom. It's about understanding. It's about personal development. And if you align with that, drop a subscribe, drop a like on the video. MJ the Mastermind signing out. Much love to everybody. Peace, love, and abundance. Until the next video.